Hi everybody, welcome to Paper Wishes Vlog. I'm Lene Gehrig, and today I am excited to bring you all these goodies from our friends at Studio Light. There are two paper pads, I should say, that are 6 by 6. This collection is called Lovely Moments. We've got lots of fun projects to show you, and I think you'll see why they're called Lovely Moments. So I'm going to take a little breeze through the paper pads here and show you how gorgeous each one of these are. We also have really limited quantities on all of these, so if you're liking what you see, stop this video and order our money saver right now, because we will sell out of these. And here is the next one. Gorgeous pinks and greens and that vintagey look that is so popular that we love. Okay, then you also have two stamp sets. This one is just this beautiful rose stamp set, and then we've also got a gorgeous hydrangea, and then there's paper elements, and I'll take all these out in a few moments, but there's 40 different paper elements in here that are gorgeous, and also this beautiful floral cutting edge. So let's get right to it and show you some projects. So this first card right here, I used the cutting and embossing edge, and how this works, it's two pieces. Okay, and what I did was first, along the bottom of the card edge, I put this piece, it's upside down, I put this piece right here to give me this decorative edge, okay? And then I die cut the rose piece, here it is, the floral piece rather, go, out of hammered gold paper, okay? And then I just, these pieces kind of, the petals sort of separate and lift up for dimension, which is so cool. And I just glued that right along that edge, and then I left the petals free of glue, and then I just put a little piece of foam tape under there to lift up those petals. And then I just added some adorable little sparklets in green and pink, and of course there's only one like you sentiment. This is a mini expression from Creative Expressions, which is a great little die cut sentiment. Added some jewel border dazzle at the top, and you've got a really beautiful card, okay? And very, very easy to do. All right, let's get these out of the way and show you the next one. So this one, I used this paper pad because it had this great sort of layered look about the background paper. I cut my card stock to 6 inches by 12 inches, scored it, and then just glued the paper, 6 by 6 paper, to the front. And then from this little wonderful packet, here we go, we've got all these wonderful goodies in here that were really, really fun to play with. Borders and sentiments, and these great pieces, like right here, that sort of worked to ground other pieces. So I put this one, like a large piece like this, down, and then did smaller pieces around it and used foam tape and things. I had a couple of old buttons at home. I took one and just threaded it with a little thin strip of paper, and the other one I just left natural and just put that button down. And then also added a couple of little sparklets and these adorable flowers. These are called Pixie Petals from 49 and Market, and this particular one is Ballet Slipper. That's the color, and I love these. They're my new favorite little flowers. Just the right amount of dimension there. So fun, fun, fun to play with. Okay, I'm gonna move this out of the way. And then this next card features the Hydrangea stamp. You can see it's a really nice size stamp. This was really fun to color. Let me just show you how I did that. I gold embossed this stamp just on white cardstock, and then I grabbed some of my favorite pens. So I've got blue turquoise blend from the Tri-Blend Spectrum Noir markers. And if you've seen my videos before, you know I love these. And then ice blue blend And then this one is green citrus blend. What I did with this was I took the lighter color of the blue, which for me was this ice blue, and then the turquoise. So I took the darkest color from the turquoise, and I started off by just following the lines on the centers of each of these little hydrangea blossoms. Wherever there was a gold line from the gold embossing, I just added some of the turquoise. And I wanted that to be nice and dark. Then I wanted my actual blossoms to be lighter, so I took the middle color, that's the mid-range, and then I just colored one half like that, a little darker. I'm just coloring half of a petal. And I'll show you why in a moment. That. Okay, now I'm going to go to the lightest color of this iced blue, and I'm just blending that with those darker colors. And the reason I did half of it in a darker blue is to just give that shaded look where half of my petal has a slightly darker shade than the rest of the petal. And if you're new to coloring, I just find this to just be the easiest pens to use, because all the colors, you get 3 different shades of one color, and they're so remarkably easy to use. And I just start with a darker color for the details, and then just work my way down to the lighter color when I'm blending, okay? And now I'm going to go to the citrus to do the leaves. Same thing, I'm starting with a darker color. I'm just doing the veins on that leaf, and I'm going down into the stem. And then on the stem, I'm going to do half the stem in the darkest color. And then I'm going to go to the middle color, and I'm just going to color some in the center. I'm going to go to my light color, where I start blending. Here we go. And that light color is just going to get blended, picks up, kind of reactivates those dark colors, and just does a nice job of blending. And it looks like I worked much harder than I did on that. Okay, now I'm going to go down the stem with the light color. I've already done one side with the dark color. I'm going to go down with the light color and just blend that. And by kind of going over that dark color again with the light, sort of activating that, and it blends in with the other. So it looks like it's got a nice little shaded side to that. Okay, and for this particular card, I went to the other paper pad, and I didn't mention that each one of these pads has 36 sheets and 9 different patterns. So you're getting 4 of each one of them, 4 of each pattern. So I used this one with the beautiful lace border on it as my background. And because my card is 6.5 inches wide and my paper was 6 inches wide, I just put it across the center, and I had a little white border at the top and the bottom. And I just took some gold jewel embossing, some gold jewel border dazzles, there we go. And I put those along the top and the bottom. And then I also went back and I used also from hammered gold paper, May All of Your Wishes Come True, another mini expressions from Creative Expressions, and then just added a bow. So really fun card to color. Just sat there and watched television and did my fun coloring. All right, so this last card I'm actually going to build right here. So I'm going to start with a gatefold card. And the way we do a gatefold card is it starts just like a regular card like this. You open it, and then you score, and you fold to the center. Okay, so that makes it a gatefold card. And then I'm going to be using this beautiful Let Your Dreams Blossom stamp set with the roses. And I used these two papers from the paper pad, and I went ahead and cut a couple of strips from pink paper, and then glued that on the top edge, trimmed it, and then glued the other piece here. I did the same on the bottom. So then I was done, I just took this piece and glued it on the center. So this is what I came up with. There we go. So I've got roses at the top and bottom corners, all set there. And then I want to put, this is just a piece of tan cardstock, and I used the torn edge rectangle from Gemini cutting die. And I used just like a second from the largest piece. And I'm going to go ahead and glue that on one side of my card only. Okay, I don't want to glue it on the right side. I only want to glue it on the left at an angle so that when it opens like that. Okay, and then I went ahead and colored some roses, and I did some masking here. I'm gonna have some foam tape and put that right there. So how did I achieve this look with the roses? And I will show you how to do that. Okay, so I've got my stamp set. And the first thing I did is I just stamped one image, and then I cut out a separate image, and this one I've used a couple of times here. So I just cut my piece of paper, my piece of cardstock, and I stamped one rose using Finesse alcohol-proof ink, and this is the rustic brown. Okay, so I stamped one rose there, and then I've already stamped this one and cut it out, and I'm going to place that right over the first stamped image. So this is for those of you who've never heard of masking before and you're wondering, what am I talking about? All right, so then I'm going to stamp another rose right next to it. And as you can see, I've sort of angled my rose, the first rose here. The second rose, I want it to look like it's tucked behind the first rose. Okay, and so, boy, I got to get this, the mask needs to be aligned with the first one. Go. And then I'm going to put that right there. There we go. Do my inking. And I love my stamping platform for this. This is the Misty, and it just saves my life every day when I'm doing a lot of projects. All right, so then I'm going to just stamp that right over that masked or covered first image. Oops, missed a little bit on the corner. So then when I take the mask off of the first one, it looks like it's overlaid behind that one, okay? And so then I did the same for the carnation. Took that off, put my mask back on. See, I only wanted to cut one mask, so I did my roses in the center because I'm just lazy like that. So then I did the second one, I did the carnation here, and then I moved this rose mask, and I put that right there. And then I did another carnation there, okay? Now here's the thing. I will keep this mask and I will just tuck it in the package with my stamp set because I can use this again and again. Why cut out a brand new mask when I'm going to be using my stamp set, okay? So let me show you a little coloring technique on this, and then we'll finish up the card. All right, so for this technique, I have coral and then pale pink blend, and then the gold brown blend, and then also the citrus green again. So I'm going to start with the pale pink. I like to start with the dark. And I used the coral on the carnations using the same technique. I just kind of went along the lines here. With the darker pink. And color in some areas with that mid pink. I like to use sort of the larger areas there. And then I get to the light pink, and that's where I'm just going to be blending those first two colors. That. All right, and then for the leaves, I do the same as I did on the Hydrangea card. Just going to do some veins and down the stem, one side of it darker green. And I switch right off to the lighter green to do my stem. And I'm just going right over that, kind of running into that dark green so that they're blending together. Okay, and then the leaves are done the same as the hydrangea. I also took from my little stamp set this cute little tag. So, oh, I should mention, when I was done here, then I went ahead and took one of the Gemini cutting dies. There we go. And I just placed that right over here, cut that out, okay? I did stamp one of the little tags on here. Where did my tags go? Here we go. So I did stamp one of the little tags right there and didn't bother putting the sentiment on it because, here we go. I am going to stamp it again, put a little foam tape on the back of that, and then align that right there. And then I want to get some of my little sparklets out. And I like to just go ahead and add dots of glue for my sparklets like this. And this is Barefoot Beach sparklets. And if you want to make sure you get my exact list of supplies, all you need to do is click on any of the highlighted titles of these projects on the vlog page, and that will take you to the product page, and then you'll see a photo of this card, and you click on that photo and it'll then show you the whole supply list. You don't have to try to remember from this video. Oh, and there's a cute little star in there. Oops. And the last one. There we go. Okay, so as you can see, really beautiful card to put together. You could also add a little dot of ribbon in the center, and then you'd have a really pretty finished piece. So like I said, not too many of these Money Saver bundles, so check that out right away. They're going to sell out really fast. Thanks for joining me today, and I'll see you next time.